Hey guys, it's Vornskyr here, and today we're back in Elite Dangerous, and we're playing the Horizons beta. Yes, it is finally out. It was delayed for a few days, past the original release date for the beta, but it is here now, so of course we will check out all the different stuff there is to do. So first off, we will go straight into the outfitting page. We're not going to spend very long here at this station at all, because there's really not much to do on the stations in Horizons. Well, not much out of the ordinary anyway. So you'll see down here we've got the Planetary Approach Suite. We saw this in the ship's 1.5 beta as well, but there was nothing to put in there. It seems that all you actually need is just this one module. I was at Dalton Gateway earlier, which is where everything is sold, and there was only one available Planetary Approach Suite. So, and this is just, it's a requirement to land on the planets basically, so it appears that it will be very cheap, so there's no real concern about cost or anything like that. I think it will actually come as a standard part in some of the packages, so like if you had a Kickstarter package or whatever, the starter ship will have a Planetary Approach Suite in it, and I think starting Sidewinders will also come with one of these built in. I'm not 100% sure on that. Anyway, it's not going to be expensive anyway, so there's nothing to really worry about there. And then the other thing we've got is this Planetary Vehicle Hangar. As you can see, this takes up an internal compartment slot. I've gone for the largest one that there is, which has 4 slots inside it. There are other ones that carry, I think, they have like 1 vehicle slot or 2 vehicle slots as well. There was also a couple of different types of these large ones. I think there was a H class and a G class. I think the H class weighed a lot more. And the thing to remember about these is, I didn't really mean to do that. They do have a power requirement as well. So you can actually just, no, I can't really. Anyway, they do have a power requirement. Just take my word for it, I guess, if I can't find one in here. There we go, there's a Planetary Vehicle Hangar in here. You can see it's got mass and everything. Doesn't actually say what the power requirement is in the specs, but it does have power requirement. Are they still one of the types that I've got here? Oh, who cares, it doesn't matter. Oh wait, there's the H one. Yeah, you can see this one's 34 tons, a lot of mass. It will have an impact on your jump range and everything. So yeah, that's that, and then in the vehicle slots you obviously put in your vehicles. Right now the only one available is the Scarab. You can put 4 of them in, there's no reason not to. They actually don't, the Scarabs themselves don't affect your mass or anything like that, so if I was to, I can't actually remove that by the looks of it. But anyway, if I was to remove this and replace it with something else, it would actually have no impact on my jump range or anything like that, because apparently it's only the vehicle hangar that affects that, not the stuff that's inside the vehicle hangar. So yeah, so that's all that. It's pretty cool. And you might notice we got something new down here in our bottom screen. There is actually not a screen there anymore either. You see, it's a whole lot of nothing. But you do have this little display. It gives you some ship information and also your vehicle loadouts. So you can choose which one you want to use. I guess when there's different sorts of vehicles and stuff to use, that's how you'll switch between them. It doesn't look like you can really manage a loadout for the Scarab or anything at the moment. Maybe that'll change in the future. Then you can go back, and obviously you can deploy it from here when you're on a planet as well. So let's launch out of here. There are some planets nearby that we can land on. And while we're doing that, you might notice I've got some materials here. You collect these on the planets, and these are used for the synthesis system. So this is a basic crafting system. You collect resources and then you craft things. There are probably some concerns about this. If you look at this, okay, we'll just sit here for a second. If you look at this FSD injection, you can see there's 3 different classes. There's basic, standard, and premium. Now, the higher the class is, the better resources that are required, basically. But you can see in the bottom right corner, it actually says what this thing does. So the basic does a 25% frame shift jump distance increase. But the thing is, the premium does 100%. Now, that's a pretty big improvement. It doesn't matter too much for frame shift, but you go for something like, let's say, high velocity munitions, you got an extra 50% damage with premium. Basic, apparently basic doesn't do anything. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe that's just to craft ammunition, like just standard ammunition or whatever. I haven't looked into this too closely yet. Anyway, the standard stuff does a 25% damage increase. The premium does a 50%. And apparently this, if you read the text up above, it's used for railguns, that high velocity. Let's check out plasma munitions. So again, basic has no improvement. Standard has a 25% improvement, and Premium has a 50% improvement. Now, it's going to depend on how much work it is to collect all this stuff. It took me quite a while just to find those couple of pieces of iron and everything that I had in my inventory, and that's obviously not particularly impressive, just basic iron resource. So yeah, it may take a very long time to find all that stuff, but I don't know, a 50% improvement is something like a huge plasma accelerator. That's a pretty large damage increase, and I can see people, especially people who do PvP, possibly not being too happy about that. But anyway, that's what betas are for. So if it does turn out to be crazy overpowered, I guess we'll find out. But what we'll do is we'll head down towards this planet, and I'm still mass locked, of course. But yeah, we'll head down towards this planet. I don't think there's much on this planet. I've been down there once before. I think there's a base and something else. I didn't actually check out those things though. Once we're actually close enough, we'll see that there's a surface map option as well. Although it doesn't seem to work 100% of the time. I'm not quite sure about that. But yeah, and one thing you might notice as well, I had to go in and remap all of my Horizons controls. All my standard controls were fine, that's the same as they always are, but nothing was actually bound for the controlling the SRVs or anything like that. It's possible that is because I can actually see some stuff there. Let's go to La Cosa base. I haven't been there before. I think this is like a little outpost sort of thing. Anyway, maybe it's because I'm using a custom keybind, because I think I actually set this up before there was an X52 keybind, and I'm still using the same one. But yeah, I did have to go through and rebind all those controls myself, so you might just have to be aware of that. I don't actually know if this is on the other side of the planet or not. It may be, I don't know. You can see as well I'm actually getting a different sort of control scheme now as I get closer to the planet. And so I'm just kind of descending down. I actually have, is this on the other side of it? Yeah, it must be. Oh. Let's see if we can pull out of this. Because I actually want to go to this base, but... Okay. So I'm just kind of sitting here, and I think that this, sitting in this blue zone here, allows you to traverse around the planet easily. It's just like a little orbit sort of thing. I'm not really sure. I've only used this once before, so... Yeah. Probably not the best person to ask so far, because I haven't really been keeping up with all the YouTube streams and everything of this. But anyway. So we just keep going around. Apparently we're a minute away. And I am in, if you hadn't realised, I'm in the Imperial Cutter that was obviously released in the 1.5 beta, because all that stuff is still available as well. But it looks like we're getting fairly close now. I like how you can see all the details of the planet, all the craters and all that sort of thing. It's pretty cool. Obviously we'll get a far closer look at it in a little bit. So, okay, so let's start moving over this way, I guess. See, we're moving at 130 kilometers per second. It seems as soon as you go out of that blue zone, your speed really changes. I'm not sure if that's a gravity thing or something. But anyway, let's start moving down this way a little bit, I guess. And you do have to be aware of gravity. It's the leading cause of smashing into the surface of a planet. And it does happen. I think your upwards thrusters and everything don't work as well as you would expect them to. It took me by surprise the first time I went in for a landing, just kind of playing around. So something you get used to, I suppose. I don't actually know if I need to request anything. Voltan? Yeah, I don't know if I need to request docking permission to go down here or anything like that, because I haven't actually been to one of these bases before, and this is taking way too long now, so I'm going to have to pull up a little bit. I guess it's a bit of a balancing act when you're close to the surface of a planet. I have no doubt that it's going to get pretty annoying, unless eventually we'll figure out the optimum way of doing this. I'm guessing what I'm doing now, not the optimum way. But for me, it might turn out to be like Super Cruise, which is, it just becomes really annoying being stuck in Super Cruise for a while. I don't know. Let's see what happens. Notice the engine sounds a little bit weird as well. But yeah, so we are getting close to this La Cosa base, and it's actually changed now to an orange outline instead of that dotted one. I guess that means that we're on the right side of it or something. I don't know. wonder if I can actually access the surface map yet. No, I can't. Maybe you can only access that once you've had the SRV down on the surface. I'm really not sure. Alright, so we must be getting close now. And yeah, so I guess the optimum... Oh, hello. Just dropping from orbital cruise. And we failed to glide. Alright. Well, we'll go to the base in a little bit. Instead, given that I just got dropped out, I'm actually just going to go straight down and land now. And we'll see what it's like on the surface. There's some really cool stuff to see. Well, sort of cool, I suppose. There's actually not a whole lot to see on this sort of planet. This is just a kind of barren planet. But, we are going down, aren't we? Yeah, you can see we've got an altitude display just there. We're basically 20 kilometers up at the moment, so I'll just go down into a steep dive. Just straight down at the ground. And that's actually, see, we can see the outpost is up there, but it is 240 kilometers away. And we're basically moving at the ship's top speed now, which is about 370 meters per second. But we will go and check out that base. Just not right now. So we are going down fairly quickly because this is a pretty aggressive dive, I guess. We're about 10 kilometers from the surface now. I'm not sure where we're actually going to try and land. We could try and land inside a crater. That could be interesting. Let's do that. We'll see if we can get inside this crater. We actually almost hit 400 meters per second there as well. I'm going to start pulling up now, given that we're about 4 kilometers from the surface. And you see we're still kind of plummeting a bit. I'm actually going to start giving it some vertical thrust. And I might drop my landing gear. I hope it's got some shock absorbers in it. We're actually just dropping like a stone now. This may not end very well. We're still about 200 meters per second.
Landing gear deployed.
Oof. That was a big hit. All my shield's gone. But we're still going. We're at 88% hull. That was kind of lucky I survived that. That was a massive impact. Luckily, I guess I saw it coming. But, yeah. Alright, let's we'll put the gear back in, and we'll see if we can land in this crater. Yeah, so you got to be careful with the landing, and that's where the kind of impulse to do it quickly is going to get people in a lot of trouble, I think, at least to begin with. Just because you saw the massive effect the gravity had, is just pulling the ship down. Even after I was attempting to compensate for it. I guess the smartest way of doing it would probably just been to point straight up at the sky and let the main thrusters, like the main engines, take care of it and everything, but whatever. Right, so you see we kind of get this ground radar as I get closer to the ground. And the closer I get to the ground, the more it kind of zooms in and shows me what the terrain is like. And it helps that I've got my landing gear deployed as well. Oof, that did a lot of damage. That was about 30%. I guess because I don't have shields. And so when I'm actually in a reasonable position, it will... I think it goes like a blue sort of colour. There we go, like that. When I've got a decent alignment. So if I reverse a little bit maybe... I actually see... well, you might not have seen that, but it says unsuitable terrain there. So that kind of gives you the indication that you're not in a very good position. So maybe part of the reason it's a bit more difficult to land this is just because of the size of the ship. I'm not really sure about that. I haven't tried landing anything smaller than this, to be honest. But, because the thing is, the SRV drops out of the bottom of the ship, so it needs a fair bit of room, I suppose. Otherwise you may not be able to get back in. And we're actually damaging the ship just by touching the ground. So you really don't want to be doing this without your shields. I mean, to kind of the naked eye, it looks like a fairly smooth surface. I guess it's obviously not good enough though for the ship. And you got to be moving really slowly to take advantage of the, you know, once you got the blue outline. And what you probably can't see is that I've actually got the vertical thrusters going, you know, constantly at this point, just to keep the ship up a bit. So it really doesn't want to land down here, does it? Let's see, what if we move over this way a bit? Any better? More damage, down to 47%. Maybe I'll just got to pull the nose up a bit. There we go. I think I was actually misreading that just a bit. So yeah, it does take a bit of getting used to. Yeah, so I guess that, yeah, part of that was really me being a bit derpy there. Just getting my alignment wrong. Alright, so we landed. There we go. So actually, I'll do that again in case you couldn't see what was going on. Because I was really messing it up a little bit. But you see how we got these upwards arrows in the screen as well as that vertical or horizontal line, sorry. So if I move up a bit, it actually gives me an alignment. So you just got to follow those instructions on the screen. The problem is, as with everything in Elite, that's not explained anywhere. So you just got to kind of figure it out on your own. But anyway, that's how you do it. So once you got the blue line, basically, you just use your pitch and everything, pitch and roll, to get that blue line sorted out. And then you got to use your vertical thrust to go down and land. And so it landed now. So to take off, we just use the vertical thrusters to go straight up. But we're not going to take off. We are going to drop our scarab. So just look down there and hit the deploy button. And there we go. So we're actually getting dropped out of the bay there. And those are the wheels deploying, I guess. Yeah. There we go. We're down. We're on the ground. So I'm controlling this with my joystick because that's how I configured it. Obviously, you can configure it to whatever works for you. But yeah, there's our sexy cutter. Well, that's one of the really cool things about this. One of the just awesome things is that you can actually see it. You can see the full ship in a way that you just can't see it like this with the debug camera often because of the limitations on the debug camera. Sick drift. But yeah, so that's the cutter. And yeah, so this is the SRV. You see it's got a little pew-pew gun, which does appear to have ammunition. You can give it some vertical thrust to kind of give yourself a bit of a boost there, and that does drain the engine supply basically, the same as using the boost does in a ship, and it is kind of bouncy. And you can set it up so that you have pitch controls when you're in midair, so you can go up and down like that basically. Yeah, left and right obviously. You get a bit of a dust cloud around you sometimes, depending on what you're doing. But yeah, and so you might have noticed there's this kind of radar sort of thing above the map sort of display. So you can actually head towards, well, it'll kind of get spikes on it sometimes, and that's basically indicating where there's a resource or something interesting. So we'll see if we can find something. It is a little bit fiddly sometimes driving this. There's that outpost down there, 216 kilometers away. I'm not going to drive the whole way there. I think that will take all day. Because we're not actually moving that quickly. Look at it, we're going at about 30 meters per second, sometimes a bit more than that. But anyway. And one other thing you can do is you can actually deploy your turret and then control the turret. So this is the SRV turret. I'm controlling this with my mouse. But you can also drive the SRV while you're controlling the turret. And so the turret stays stationary while the SRV drives around. So I don't know how useful this is going to be. This feels like it could be something that's a lot more useful with multi-cruise or something, but I don't know, it's pretty cool. Anyway, let's keep trying to find some of these resources. Might be something up this way, maybe. Maybe not. Oh, it could be something over there to the left a little bit. And you got to be careful when you're driving at full speed because it does get a bit slidey, for lack of a better word. So I'm still trying to find this resource. Bit of vertical thrust to kind of smooth out the ride. Bang, straight off the rock. Oh shit. Yeah, that wasn't too bad actually. 360. Let's do some donuts. It's fun just driving these things around. I can see a bit of potential for like some sort of racing series or something like that. I don't know if that'll ever happen, but if somebody could come up with like a race course or something, that'd be pretty cool. But it looks like we've actually got something up ahead somewhere. And let's go a little bit slower so we can see it. But you see this kind of a larger orangey mass directly ahead of me. So I'm guessing there's some resources down here. Hopefully. So you can see how difficult it is to find resources. Admittedly, I've got no idea what this planet is like in terms of resources. I mean, this could be just a really terrible planet for resources, and there's nothing useful here, which is why it's so difficult to find something. But I'd imagine that this is probably just a basic resource as well, so who knows how hard it might be to find rare stuff. In fact, we still haven't even really found it yet. There may not even be anything out here. I think I'm heading towards something. Maybe not. Okay, let's head over here a little bit. But yeah, this seems to be what it would be like finding, you know, hunting down resources for synthesis. So I'd imagine some people spend a lot of time doing this. I'm not sure if I'm one of those people. I suppose, again, that will depend on how useful the synthesis stuff actually is. And if this is if this is actually how difficult it is to find resources, or if this is just a really bad planet. So let's see if we got anything down this way. A bit of a rough landing. Okay, so we'll keep going this way. Oh, hold on. There's something right there, right in front of me. I just jumped off it. Just spin around here. Alright, so we got some metallic meteorite. So I've got that targeted. Now, you do see I've got this Dudley scanner on the left. If you look in the fire groups, I've got no idea how this works. It looks like it works just the same way as a discovery scanner or something, but so far I haven't actually been able to scan anything. So who knows. Anyway, with this meteorite, we just kind of open fire on it. Just like that. And you can see it breaks up into chunks. So that is some chromium there. We got some carbon down there. Some more chromium. And so to collect this, just like mining up in space, we open our cargo scoop, we target it, and we kind of just drive over it. Now you might... I'll see if I can pick these up without targeting them. But I don't think I can. I think you've actually got to target the things to collect them with the scoop. So I've got this one targeted now. There we go, pick that up, which was vanadium. And then we got something else here. Pick this up as well. Is there anything else there? There is. Got some more chromium. Okay, was that all of it? Looks like it was. And so if we go into our materials in the cargo, you can see we've now got some chromium and vanadium. So yeah, that's how that works. But what you might notice now is that we've gotten a long way from our ship, and we've actually got no way of telling where it is. It's not in the contacts or anything like that. And I can finally use the surface map, which will take forever to open. I guess it uses the same sort of stuff as the system map does, but anyway. So you can see this is the base all the way down here, and that's where we are, but there's no sign of where our ship is. So it actually took me a long time to figure this out the first time, but you got to remember that you've got your little screen down here. And this is really cool. You just press recall ship. It's going to take 30 seconds. That's a lot longer than it took last time. I guess it depends on how far away your ship is. Last time it took me about 10 seconds, but I don't know. Anyway. And eventually your ship will actually come into range because it's actually flying to you. So it doesn't just give you a marker on the map where the ship is. The ship actually flies to you. So how long have we got? 7 seconds. 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. There we go. Alright, and so it just sounds like it just jumped in out of Frameshift, and there it is, Commander Vornskyr. So where is it? There it is right there. How cool is that? You can actually see your own ship come in for a landing. And I guess we'll have to go and meet it, because it obviously can't land down here, I guess. That looks so cool. Oop. Can't see it anymore. The driving physics are a bit interesting. It's fun though. But you got to be kind of keep it under control a bit. Alright, so we'll just head down to this. So it's found itself a nice landing spot. Probably didn't take anywhere near as much damage as I did when I came in for a landing either. Oop. Careful. Alright. So to get back in the ship, you go basically just underneath the bay, and you can see you got this board ship icon is now lit up, and I'll actually put my cargo scoop away because I seem to forget that. I don't know if having the cargo scoop down actually has any negative things. It doesn't seem to limit your speed or anything like it does up in space. But anyway, so to get back in the ship, you just board the ship. You could also hit dismiss. I guess that just sends it away. But yeah, so we'll just hit board ship, and we now get sucked up into the landing bay, whatever you want to call it. And then we'll be transferred back into the cockpit. There we go. And you can see my shields, they haven't fully recovered. It would be nice if, I guess, if they kept... Well, I'm not sure if they actually do keep recovering or not when you're away from the ship. Hopefully they do. It would be nice. Anyway, landing gear up. Let's target La Cosa base, because that's where I want to go. Where is it? It's down here to the left, I guess. And let's go full speed, give it a bit of a boost up so that we can get away from the surface. There we go. And once we are out of mass lock, I can actually just press my frame shift button. There we go. It'll charge up. I'm probably going to have to align with an escape vector, if I had to guess. There it is. It's basically just 90 degrees straight up, if you have a look at the readout display sort of thing I got there. And for whatever reason, it's really hard to lock the trajectory sometimes. Alright, so we are up, and again I want to find where that base is and kind of align myself with that. There we go. Frame rate really bad. Oh god, I was too close, so I got dropped out. That's really annoying. So I guess I've got to wait for my frame shift to drive to cool down now. So yeah, it's kind of difficult. I guess unless you go exactly where you want to go, it can be a little bit of a pain maneuvering around, getting to the different bases and that sort of thing. Especially because you got to wait for the frameshift drive to charge up, and you got to align it to the vector and everything like that. So obviously it's my own fault for getting a bit too close to the planet there, but still. And you see, according to my nav ball, I'm completely lined up with this escape vector, but it still took a while. Alright, so I'll actually spend a bit of time just flying straight up this time. And for some reason my frame rate is pretty low at the moment. I don't know why. I guess it's because it's loading in all the solar system stuff, basically. So that's 40 kilometers up. Hopefully that'll be enough. Go back down here. Alright, so where is La Cosa base? Have I even got it targeted? Not even sure where you're actually supposed to target it. Alright, where'd it go? Oh, frame rate, why you do this? Yeah, I'm actually not sure where it is. Let's see. Just trying to look out the screen to find it. Is that it there? There it is, that's it there. Alright, so I'm just going to see if I can go straight down on top of this. There we go. I'm guessing that's kind of saying it's not a safe way of coming in for a landing. I probably didn't need to be told that. Alright, so we're 45 kilometers up. You can actually see the outline of the base there on the ground. So, dropping out now. So we've actually got a glide now. I guess allows you to maintain a fair bit more speed. See that I'm moving at 2,500 meters per second. But the glide doesn't last for very long. I guess that's just kind of designed to help you align with your target a little bit, maybe? I'm not really sure. Anyway, we are 20 kilometers away. So I'm not sure. What do we do with this? Do we request docking? We can. Okay, so I have to be 7,500 meters, the same as docking with the station. So I guess I'll just quickly fly in here. It's about 17 kilometers, so it might take a little while. But yeah, we'll fly in here and we'll request docking and we'll see what happens.
Docking request denied.
Okay, I just requested docking and it was denied. I'm not sure why. I'm definitely within range now. You can see it looks like we've got some landing pads down there. I wonder if... Oh, that's an interesting point. I wonder if there's no large landing pads. Actually got no idea.
Request denied.
It could just be that there's no pads available. Actually not sure. Those look like large pads there. The 7 and 8. Obviously they're both in use at the moment. Oh, that's kind of interesting. So there, you can see there are a number of ships around here. Also, there's a player's scarab down here somewhere. Let's see if we can get a look at this maybe. Where are you, friend? No idea. Pad loitering warning, whatever. I just wanted to have a look at the guy's scarab. Wait, oh, is that him there? No, I don't think so. Oh, those might be those little surface drones or something. You can only barely see them. You can kind of see their engines flickering a little bit. Yeah, Guardian. So they're the NPC vehicles, basically. Sentry. Alright, so I'm trying to figure out why I can't land here. I actually want to quickly have a look at this guy. JJ74 or whatever that is. Let's just go down and say hello. Oh, I got a fine. So I guess that's how you exit the base. You go out of one of these little garages or something. That's pretty cool. I don't think I'll fit in there. Actually scraping the ground as well. Alright. Let's see if I can request docking again.
Docking request denied.
Nope. Hold on, what's that say? Starport infraction is pending. Who cares? Okay, docking request granted. Landing pad 8. So I'm actually facing the wrong way around. Alright, perseverance pays off. Just go around, swing around here. So I guess this part is just like landing on a planet, basically. Unless I stall and plummet to my death. Did I say landing on a planet? I meant landing on a starport. Alright, gear down.
Landing gear deployed.
I've still got to be a bit careful landing this because I'm far larger than I'm used to flying. Bang. I'm stuck. There we go. Just go scraping along the bottom of the pad. Why not? That's what the landing gear's for, right? Oh, come on, bastard. Alright. No idea why it's not actually letting me land here. Just go down. Oh, finally. Alright, God, I nearly lost all my shields doing that. Yeah, that was kind of weird. I don't know why that was mucking up a little bit. I don't know if that was my terrible piloting or something else. It doesn't matter. So, this is Lacosa Base. We are on the surface. What do we got here? We got repair facilities. Thank you. Refueling. Take that. You might notice this is a little bit different, I think. It just says restock, just for ammo components, all that sort of thing. So what do we got here? We got a bulletin board. Let's have a look. Alright, so this all looks fairly similar. Surface resupply, what's this? Skilled pilot to make an urgent delivery. 10 units of bio-waste to some lab somewhere. So I guess the difference here is this must be something on the surface of the planet, I guess. And I guess that's what this icon is actually. You see this kind of, I guess that's a globe with the icon, you're taking stuff to the planet. So that's pretty cool. What else have we got? What have we got that I can't take? Some more of the same, I guess. Bringing home the bacon. My ship is too large to dock. Oh, fat shaming. So sad. Alright, so what else we got? We got a commodities market. Is there anything different on here? Surface stabilizers. Yeah, looks like it. That's different. Evacuation shelter. That might be different. It's been so long since I've done any trading. Yes, a lot of it looks to be fairly similar. The supply and demand doesn't seem to be... Well, that's a different icon that I'm used to, I guess, but anyway. So yeah, it seems to be fairly similar sort of stuff, basically. Alright. So, anything in cartographics? Because I scanned a few of those rocks or whatever, or I picked them up. It actually said I was getting cartographic stuff when I collected those rocks. Maybe that's just... It was a first for me, like the first time that I had picked up one of those things. That's possible. I wonder if... Can I click on this? That gives me a bit of information. So yeah, okay, so you can click on it and it tells you what its uses are, and if it's common or rare. So, that's very common. The other one is common. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Let's check out the outfitting then. So just like in space, I guess, we go straight down into the outfitting. So there's nothing out of the ordinary with that, although it does seem to drop my frame rate a little bit. So it does appear that there is stuff being sold here, which is nice. Not a whole lot of stuff though. Yep. So yeah, that all outfitting and everything seems pretty much the same. Nothing out of the ordinary there. So what do we got here? Just another planetary approach suite, which is the same one that I've already got. Yep, so that's all fairly standard. I don't think you'd ever find yourself coming to outfit on the surface of a planet necessarily, unless, I don't know, maybe when there's more different types of vehicles, you might realise that, you know, you've got scarabs but you need something else. I don't know, that's possible. But yeah, I think generally you just do this up in space, but I don't know. I guess you can do it down here if you want to, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's the this little base on the surface of the planet. So can we see what else we got down here? So these are all the different sorts of sentries and shit. I suppose actually, let's see if we can deploy, yeah, we can deploy our SRV while we're docked. So that's one cool thing. Oh, hello. Might be some problems deploying multiple ones at the same time. Who's this here? I need a horn. Beep beep. I wonder if I can just fly over him. No. Oh wait, hold on. There we go. There we go. So we can go exploring the base, which is pretty cool. Wonder if we can get ourselves into trouble. Oop, bang. Alright. So let's see if we can find one of these little drone ships. Should be one somewhere around here. Ooh, careful. It is very easy to lose control of the of this SRV. Alright, so we've got one targeted over here. We've got this Guardian targeted. We can see we are scanning it. I wonder if I can use my data link thing here, which should be in Fire Group 2, yes it is. So we're up in the turret now, I don't know if there's any point being up there. Be really nice if I could kind of use TrackIR for this, doesn't seem to work like that though. So there's the Guardian, you see him flying around up there. Let's jump on top of him. I wonder if collisions cause hostility. Oh, hello! Well, that worked. Where am I? What's going on? It didn't seem to do a whole lot of anything, really. But yeah, so those are the Guardian drones and everything. But well, I feel like I've been recording for a while, so I think we'll probably start wrapping this up. So this is one part of Horizons. There is obviously more to do on the planets and stuff. There'll be hostile enemies and all the rest of it. I think that there might be a hostile base on this planet as well. So I'll probably figure out if there is or not, and next video we'll check that out and we'll see if we can do a bit of combat with the Scarab drone and everything. But yeah, so far it all seems pretty cool. Obviously we'll have to check out different types of planet surfaces and stuff as well, see what that's all like. This is just a bit of a rocky, barren planet, so nothing too interesting down here, but hopefully some of the other ones might be a little bit more interesting. I'm not really sure, we'll see. Is that a player coming in for a landing up there? Not actually sure. Maybe. He might be so far up that I can't even see him. TrackIR, please. Well, anyway, Horizons. It seems pretty cool so far. There are some server problems that are going on at the moment. Lots of people are unable to connect, apparently. So if you download the client and you can't connect to the server, it does appear to be a somewhat common problem. So hopefully they'll have that fixed pretty soon. But yeah, from what I've been able to see so far, it is pretty cool. Actually, let me see if I can give you a shot. There we go. That's what the Scarab looks like as well. It's so cute. Just a little 6-wheel buggy. It's pretty cool. And you can see my dude sitting in there controlling it. Yeah, it is all pretty cool. But yeah, so this is the Horizons beta. So obviously they'll be doing updates and stuff to this over the next few weeks, I'd imagine. So we'll definitely keep up to date with that. But yeah, so until next time, I've been Vornskyr. Hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.